Hi guys, just wanted to do a quick guide on the fastest way to farm the Kingsguard Lance. So I'm just going to go through the core items and the fastest way to get them. So as with basically all farms, you're going to want to farm these top 3 parts first and get them crafting. They all have a 2-hour craft time, whereas the code doesn't need crafting. So what you do is you'll get these crafting and then go out and farm the code, and that can sort of save you a little bit of time all in all. So for the first part of the polymer, you're going to want to ignore the normal mode missions. Reason being is they only have a 6% drop chance, whereas the hard modes have a 32%, and so you'd just be wasting a ton of time if you went through normal mode. And of the 2 hard modes, you either have 90 AA or you have 81 AA. Both of these use the same primary shard, but pattern 90 AA has a slight advantage because the boss fight is ever so slightly easier. Pattern 81 AA has an immunity phase boss, whereas pattern 90 AA just has 4 yellow health bosses, and so it's slightly quicker, slightly easier. To be honest, not a massive difference really, so if you do end up farming 81 AA instead, it's not the end of the world. The only other slight advantage is that for 90 AA you don't need Sharon, so you can see here 90 AA can just be done through the main reward of the outpost, whereas 81 AA you do need Sharon. And then for the second part of the fibre, you're actually going to want to go for the normal mode mission in this case. So the hard mode missions have a 32% drop chance, the common only has a 6, but the normal mode has a 38%, so the highest drop chance. And the other added benefit of it being a normal mode one is with normal mode outposts you actually get a double drop chance of the corresponding amorphous material. So you can see here through the main mission you get pattern 13 at a 20% drop chance, and then also you have the infiltration bonus of pattern 13 up to a 20% drop chance. And if you're wondering, that 5 to 20%, the way that you get 20% rather than the 5 is you do all of the hacking with Sharon. So don't just do one and break the rest. If you hack them all, you'll get to that 20%. And so this is far better than the others because not only does the item have an increased chance to drop at 38%, you also have the double drop of the amorphous materials. And with it being a normal one, it's very quick, very easy, and the corresponding void fusion reactor is going to be super easy and cost less shards. So go with pattern 13. For the third part of the tube, the normal and common mode also have a slightly higher drop chance here. So the hard modes have a 32% drop chance, whereas the normal and common have a 38. And of the 2 normal modes, you're going to want to go for pattern 35. So the reason is you don't want to do pattern 45 because to get pattern 45 you have to do the neutralized void experiment mission, and it's not a guaranteed drop. You could sort of spend 10 minutes doing this mission and not even get a singular drop. Whereas with pattern 35, again, with it being the normal mode outpost, you have a double drop chance. You have here pattern 35 at a 20% drop, and again pattern 35 at a 20% drop. So double drop chance, much better. And of course, with it being a normal mode, the corresponding void fusion reactor is going to be cheaper in terms of shards, and the boss isn't even going to be difficult at all. And then lastly, for the code, you do want to go back to doing hard modes now. The normal mode only has a 6% drop chance, whereas all the hard modes have a 32% drop chance. And of these, you're going to want to go for pattern 57. So the reason being is pattern 57, the corresponding mission where you get the amorphous material, takes around about 4 minutes per run. And of course, if you're changing the difficulty setting so that you double up the amount of amorphous materials you're getting, that's around about 2 minutes per amorphous material. You can't really get much better than that. Pattern 97, that's around a 6 minute per run, so slightly slower, so there's no real benefit to going for that over 57. And then pattern 117 you just want to avoid because it involves the Frostwalker. Whilst the Frostwalker has been made easier, it is not going to be anywhere near as easy as the Executioner, and you are still going to fail it now and again, which will end up in you wasting a fair bit of time. So just stick with pattern 57. Now in terms of the pain point items, they're actually all very nice for this item. You've got the inorganic biogel, and this is just simply an outpost. So you have really 2 options. If you want the quickest and easiest, just go for any of the 2 normal mode outposts. It's going to be slightly quicker and slightly easier just because it's normal mode bosses, so you can probably one-shot them. But the other option is to go for the hard modes. It's not going to take much longer, and you're going to be able to get some useful amorphous materials at the same time. So just check out the hard mode outposts, see if you're after any of those amorphous materials, and then you might as well farm them whilst also getting the inorganic biogel. Fortunately, you only need 15, so you'll get it done in probably 1 run as long as the boss drops the item. Next is a specialized biometal, and I would suggest just doing this at one of the outposts. Again, similar to the other one, if you want the quickest way, just go for a normal mode, but if you're wanting to farm some amorphous materials at the same time, they're going to be a little bit more useful, then go for one of the hard modes. And then lastly, the crystal biogel, exact same, just go for an outpost. Again, normal mode if you want it quickest, hard mode if you want to get some more useful amorphous materials. So yeah, I hope that helps. Thanks.